didn't know.
Emergency chicken.
So I figured that meant
we want to share something with you guys is more important than our trip.
Yep.
Leslie, would you tell everybody? I believe it's the entire industry. Okay,
It's getting pretty ugly out there.
it's
Alex.
getting very ugly out there. Okay, we really
And
experience.
I don't think it just is impacting lighting right now. I
Right.
think it's impacting everything.
So would you tell people
Mm-hmm.
a little bit about what we experience or everybody's experience out there?
So you may or may not be aware, but there's huge congestion issues going on right now at the ports. So any containers that are coming over to the US are now just getting stuck somewhere along the way. In fact, we had a container, 5 containers.
Yeah.
Whole handful.
Yeah.
That have been in the US since November.
Since
Oh,
November.
Right before Thanksgiving, actually, that same week. And they have been sitting at the port, waiting to be loaded onto the rail car to get to us at our facility or sent over to our California facility. Since then, have not moved.
Can you imagine, guys, that we never ever, I mean, for our.
I mean, there's been longshoremen
Leslie-
strikes, there's been all kinds of
Right,
stuff.
all
over the
kind of stuff,
years.
but we never
But we've never
experienced that.
experienced port congestion quite like this.
Not just part,
I mean, and that's what they're calling it, is congestion,
but
because I don't
congestion,
really
we
know.
understand that, but you know what the really messing point is, for whatever the reason, the system completely messed up.
Broken. it
Right,
feels like.
they even couldn't give us the
Dates.
right dates, I
Mhm.
mean, you know what I mean? Okay, I thought these days, every container has the chip in it,
Right, it's
something
like,
like that.
You know,
Right,
tracking
we
on your
couldn't get
phone.
that. Can you guys imagine that since late November?
Mhm.
Okay, and we even couldn't get accurate information. Now, problem is start with this is right now, okay,
Mhm.
because we have a software, believe it or not, okay, we can see how many boats,
Are moving.
no,
Well,
how
anybody
many boats
can actually-
outside of the harbor waiting to be
Anybody can actually
getting
book
and to be unloaded, right? Right now, this morning we look at it. There's 40 boats.
40 boats.
40 boats. Okay, so that's number one, right?
Mhm.
So 40
Just waiting
boats,
to be unloaded.
right? have
And
to
then
come
once
in.
they get unloaded, then they're just there.
And then
But the crazy thing, Alice, is it's not like first in, first out. Because you would think that the stuff that like gets unloaded today wouldn't get on the car until, I don't know, March at this point, right? But that's not the case.
that's not the case. It's almost like
It's
a
like
last room,
random.
right? It's like a last in, first out, because whatever's buried at the bottom just
That's
stuck
not
over
on
there.
pile.
They're not moving.
Mhm.
It's worse than that, okay? Because they're not moving, so we kind of, you know, first of all, you have to unload off the boat, right? The next one is, let's say Cleveland,
Yep.
okay?
It's gotta get on
Cleveland
the train.
has to get on the train. Guess what? Get to the train yard, stuck over there. Never get on the train.
Yep.
It's just bizarre. It's just so bizarre.
Well, and then we've had other ones that have terminated like in Chicago or Cleveland, and then they're just at the yard.
Right.
And it's like, well, can we get it? No. Well, can you deliver it? No. Why?
It's bizarre.
And when you
I tell
have
you.
the thing that frustrates me the most about this whole situation,
Yeah.
quite a few things, but one of them is when you say why, there's no explanation.
No.
Not,
So
and it feels like almost they're like COVID. Because that's what the explanation
Right.
for
So
anything
this
that
how
goes
bizarre
wrong
it is because dramatically slow down
Mhm.
here. Okay, now remember boats like we fly airplanes,
Mhm.
right? So sometimes we stuck at the airport, right? Let's
Sure.
say you and I want to go to, let's say, Dallas, right?
Oh, let's go to
Normally,
Dallas.
you stuck over there. You know why you stuck over there? Because they tell you the incoming flight is not here
It's
yet,
delayed.
right?
Mhm.
Same thing happened in China now.
Mhm.
Because China,
So
the
they're
other
telling
side
me
said,
there's 40 boats waiting to be unloaded.
no boats are going back the
No
other
boats
side.
going back.
Okay, now number one.
And then
Number
there's
two,
still boats outside of the harbor on mooring bars hanging out.
right. Number two, guess what? Because no boats are going back over there. The hardest commodity today in China for exporting,
Mhm.
you know what that is?
What?
Containers. There's no containers over there. To load.
Because they're all stuck here at the rail yard with people
Right.
going,
So
COVID.
our people, our logistic people in Shanghai telling me every single day and night, say, Alice, I couldn't find a container. I couldn't
Right.
find a container. I said, I don't give a damn. Go out to find a container.
Make a container.
Actually, they are. There's a one.
I don't want to know that. No.
But no. We don't make it. But there's
Right, they're finding new
Oh,
places
yeah.
to make more
They kind of
containers.
start a new business in
Yeah.
a short time. It's all of a sudden people making containers.
Sure.
But
We
again, if you do get
goods.
containers, there's no boats over there to move the stuff. It's just a bizarre. We never ever experienced something like that. Oh, look at her face. You have something I don't know?
Maybe
Yeah,
we get a good, strong kayak and we hook the container up to it.
right?
And we have Jared, because he's
no.
a young, strong individual. He can just kayak it across the ocean.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, there's a song about that.
I like
It's
that.
called row, 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 row.
Row your
to the
boat.
harbor.
Oh,
What-
row your
what?
boat
Right, row,
Yeah.
row the boat, right?
gently
Right.
down the stream. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
Down the, what was it?
gently
So maybe
down.
it's
Just
row,
gently down
row,
stream.
the light bulbs gently
Row, row,
across
row.
the ocean.
Gently.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think, Jared?
I think that's
This
gonna be 6
is
months.
bizarre. Okay, so
Faster than
I just want to
that.
share with you guys, and we will keep you guys
Oh.
updated if there's any new improvement.
News.
But we do not really see improvement. Let
And
me tell you
This
what.
isn't just impacting the lighting industry. This is impacting all industries and all goods from all over the place.
Right.
Because the boats just don't go from here to China. They go all kinds of places, India, Vietnam, all the places.
It's the one thing I thought. I used to think, if you guys remember, normally, I would say the end of August and September
Mhm.
and getting into October, we call the shipping season
Yep.
because of holidays,
Yep.
right?
Because everybody's got to load it in.
Right.
Usually it starts in August and it ends in September.
Yeah, end up in
Where it's
September.
really difficult to get
Right.
boats.
So normally in a situation is during that period of time, that's at least 30 to 4% extra loads because
Yep.
holiday gifts, holiday season, something like that. Also normally after that, it's kind of slowing down at the same time. So you don't really have that many things. So I only expected, in January or December, half of
Mhm.
December, basically we're talking about is another 30-40% drop. Okay, that's what normally happens every single year. But guess what? This a 30-40% drop never happened. So in other words, even
It just kept pumping.
even the commodity is dropped, but boats and the
Have not.
containers have not. That's how
Demand.
bizarre this whole thing is.
Mhm.
Okay, now let
And
me,
it's not just like anybody that imports anything is feeling the same pain. Like it's not just
Right.
lighting, it's not just us, it's anybody.
right. So let me tell you my next hope. Okay,
Oh boy.
let me tell you the next hope.
Do we
right?
hope here at TCP?
No, we don't. But let me tell you something. I shouldn't
A
use
dream.
the word, not dream. It's I tell you another reality check. Okay.
Okay.
In
I like
which
that.
I just anticipate something could getting better. How about that? You know what that is? Okay, it's very simple. What that is next month, within 30 days, I think it's February 12th. It's a Chinese New Year.
Oh. I wore
Okay.
red today.
So right.
It's a lucky color.
It's a lucky color, right? I like your style too. I got a very nice style.
It's very
right?
casual. I was very formal the last 2 days because we were traveling for business.
So,
I got to bust out all my fancy,
right.
my
Very
good clothes.
fancy.
My
She
good
looked
clothes.
very classy, very good, okay?
Very
So,
business.
very bitter. So that being said, Leslie, you do realize
Mhm.
usually in China, the Chinese New Year stretched to 3 weeks.
I know
between
that.
2 and 3 weeks.
Well,
Right?
that's because
Okay, old days we hate it. Why? Because we pretty much cannot get things done
Yeah.
between 2 to 3 weeks.
takes that.
But you know what? You know what? This time a little bit different.
Mhm.
You realize during the 2 to 3 weeks, all Chinese are drinking and getting drunk,
Partying,
which means party, which means they don't ship anything.
3 weeks, no shipping. They're traveling around.
Yeah,
they're
but
visiting family.
think
They're visiting
about,
friends.
do you realize it's good? Why?
Well, hopefully we'll get our containers and we can unload them so they can get their butts back to China.
Correct. So you really gain that 3 weeks. They are not shipping anything.
It's a good
Hopefully
thing.
we have more boats going back in 3 weeks. Hopefully we'll have more containers going back in
I
3
hope
weeks.
so.
So I'm really, now we're using the word hoping. We hope after Chinese New Year should come back to normal a little bit. But you know what? I don't really put too much hope on that. I do believe the first 6 months between now and June, I think we're staying in this pattern. Okay,
Probably.
because you know what? I also heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not.
Okay.
Actually, the steam line kind of take advantage of that. They just take the boats out of service. Right? They just take the boat out of service. Okay. So that's what's been going on. However, okay, for whatever the reason, Leslie, okay, maybe we are feel very good fortune tellers. Okay?
Optimistic.
Right. So what happened, I think, is way back in late October and early November, okay? Remember, Leslie, at that time, we look at our lighting industry, we look at anticipation, okay, in the lighting season because getting darker early,
Darker, longer.
okay? And also with anticipating, and we believe, right, things were getting better, the vaccine is coming out.
Yep.
So we actually make a move at that time. We say, you know what?
Load it up.
We are going to load it up.
Load it up.
Load it up. I tell you. Obviously, at that time, when we say load it up, okay, our CFO look at us and say, you guys nuts.
He always does that though.
Yeah.
Like that's not.
But we say, you know what? Okay, we outvoted him. We said, welcome to load it up.
2 against 1.
2 against 1. So we
We
voted
loaded
him out.
up.
We loaded up, we voted him out. So,
Well, we
okay.
didn't vote him out. He still works here.
Oh, he's still here?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's still here. Okay, so that being said, we actually, believe it or not, we are in good position. Okay, even we have a contenders end up God knows where. But I would say right now,
We have more
five
coming, more
contenders,
coming,
but
more
more
coming,
coming,
more
more coming. Actually, for the next, I would say 2 weeks, we'll have 26 contenders. Just load us up.
Load it up.
We just load up.
Mhm.
So for that reason, guys, just to let you know, okay?
So if you are experiencing a delay, yours is probably on the container that's still sitting at the port from God knows when. But since we over-ordered, that'll clear everything.
Yeah.
And then have an abundance of stuff left for people
Right.
that want to place orders on things like GP strips and high bays and DTs and commercial downlights and all our other great products.
Right. So please let us know.
Just
okay.
let us know.
Yes. So we are doing very
We're
well here.
always trying to improve because
Right.
it drives us crazy
Sure.
when someone goes, "Where's my order? It's been 3 days."
Right.
And it's like, well, where the heck's their order? Come on.
Exactly.
All the time.
All the time. So just let us know. We're here. We're overloaded. We're continuing to do
We're in the
overloading.
process of loading up,
Right.
loading up,
We
loading up,
we
loading up.
believe, Leslie, we believe next 3 to 6 months
Mhm.
it will be a opportunity. Okay.
Absolutely.
I do believe, things will come down much more compared to last year. Okay. Remember last year, start from March and April, it
Mhm.
was the
terrible.
beginning of the misery. Remember?
It was terrible for
Okay.
a lot of people.
Right. I do believe right now, I'll look at the March and the middle of the entry into March, which is 2 months away from us, and all the way to April, there will be the beginning of the prosperity because everybody come back, more vaccines out there, okay? People fully get engaged.
Absolutely.
So that's I think will
That's
be
the
great.
positive.
That's why we're overloaded.
Load
Because think about this, okay? Think about this. There's so many projects being stopped,
Mhm.
so many projects being kind of put on a waiting list, okay? And can you imagine if you shut the basically everything up out there for 9 months, let's say, okay, 6 to 9 months, the
So
accumulation of those things, it become a huge opportunity for us to catch up. So our position, just like Leslie said, we position ourselves not just for today, for March, for April, for May, and for June. That means we stock, okay? Yes,
we can.
finance people may think we're nuts
Always
because
do.
we load up 3 times of the things because
Our rule
we,
was we need at least 3 times what we know is coming.
correct, because we anticipate.
Mhm.
Okay, that's how we do things a little bit from other people. Leslie and I, with the team here, we really look into the near future and the future might happen. I always say this, unless you are prepared, okay? Otherwise, when the market opens, when the things we need, if you're not prepared,
You're never gonna win.
you're never going to win.
Never gonna win.
You're not able to service it. Okay, so right now, just for all your guys' information, we are 100% ready and servicing. So let your friends know, let us know what you need out there.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let our people know, our people working extremely hard. So that being said, let's just share
Let's
with
change
you
topics.
topics,
Yeah,
okay?
let's go back to our trip.
Right. So obviously, as a professional habit, right?
Yep.
Wherever we go, we look up.
We do.
Yeah. So the first really disappointments at the Cleveland airport,
So it was funny
right?
because we were rushing. We worked all day. We rushed to the airport around 2:30, 3 o'clock, right? Rushed over there. I left a little earlier because it was snowing and I drive like an old lady.
She did. Right.
So we rush to the airport. We get there. We get in, go through security, do all the things, right?
Oh, by
And
the
then
way, TSA has nobody there.
There was no one there. I just like walked through. It was easy.
Just walk.
Easy.
Right.
Anyways, so we get in there and we are logging on because we have a daily call at 4 o'clock, right? So we're logging on our daily call with all of our salespeople, our outside salespeople. It's just kind of like, what's happening? Come on, guys, push it. We gotta get the number for the day, that kind of thing. And we had our videos going on our phones. We were both logged in separately. I had my fancy earbuds in. You had your basic ones.
Keep going.
And somebody had said in the chat, like, look at the lighting behind you. Cause like they could see, you know, cause you're like this in the airport waiting for the call to start, right? And they're like, look at the lights above you. So then both of us go,
I tell you, the more we looked up,
it was awful.
ugly.
Awful. So it was all 1x4s, 2 lamp fluorescent fixtures with the louvers in the ceiling. But the craziest part of it was there was a mix of T12s, T5 in the same run. And it was maybe only like a 6-foot run in this area.
Right, exactly.
Maybe 8 foot because there was
No, 4 foot.
There were 4 foot,
4
but
foot.
how many were there? There were 4 foot, so
4
16
foot,
feet, right? 16 feet wide and of 1x4s. And every single fixture had a different configuration. It went T12, T5, T8, T12 across the board,
And
all different color temperatures.
right.
And it was awful. And there was one where it was one lamp was burned out and the other lamp was on.
Correct.
It was a mess.
And that's
So then we started walking around just a little
Right.
bit because, you know, our flight was getting ready to board. So we had to like kind of multitask a little bit, being on the call, looking at the fixtures, waiting to get on the
the
flight.
entire airport like that.
It was
bad.
bad.
It's really bad.
Bad.
I know.
And the crazier thing, Ellis,
Yeah.
is our airport in Cleveland, Ohio, went over a multi-million-dollar renovation
Yeah. But they
That-
didn't think nice.
back in what was that? It was right before the All-Star game was here. The All-Star game wasn't here last year. It was the 2019.
2019.
So
Right.
they finished this major renovation of the Cleveland Airport in 2018, 2019.
But they did a nice job on the
The
floor.
floors look great. The
Floor
ceiling
looks great.
looks
The ceiling
terrible.
looks terrible. Okay.
So then Alice is over there. Who do I have to talk to? And I'm like, well, we got to get on this, you know, plane moving.
So that's a one, okay? So obviously,
So
I
the whole
tell you,
time we're over there, we're like, oh my God, it was bad.
I
Oh,
know.
it was
So
bad.
let's talk a little bit about travel because I just want to make sure people
Sure.
these days some people really panic. We do too, okay?
Mhm.
Because we haven't been on the airplane for 9 months. I think your mom, people
My mom was
here,
very nervous.
everybody nervous
Yep.
about that. And you know
She's
what?
very much
But
against
for
me.
us, because everybody talk about that, we were a little bit nervous too.
I was
But you know what?
anxious.
But Leslie, the
Anxious,
moment we
anxious.
got on the airplane,
Uh-huh.
that's fine. That's done. Okay.
Done.
They give you a wiper, you clean yourself up, this and that. Okay, you keep your mask on it.
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta wear a mask.
Right.
Over the nose and the mouth.
Okay. Right.
Very amazed about the amount of people that couldn't figure out that it's gotta cover both your nose and your mouth.
So basically, it's this. Okay. Your face is covered.
Mhm.
Okay. And obviously, all your hands. We have extra our stuff. Our hands. Our station.
You know, you were
the
pretty
seats.
jealous because we both have Claire, because
Right.
we used to travel all
Right.
the time, so Claire's just amazing
Right.
if you travel all the time. And the Claire people gave me a little bottle of
Ah,
sanitizer.
I know.
And I'm like, look at my little prize.
Okay, so
You didn't
that
get
was
one.
beyond that, right? It's very everybody relaxed over there.
Yeah,
You
I
see
mean,
the
it was
business
just happy.
people, this and that.
There
every-
weren't very many business people.
I know, and
It was kinda
everybody,
sad.
right? Everybody's kind of behaved themselves, mask on, everything. It's very
They
cool.
kicked a person off the plane yesterday. Did you see
Ooh.
that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
wanted to know the story, but
Oh,
I
really?
couldn't
I
overhear it.
try to be nosy. Okay, it's really
nosy.
cool. It's really not that dramatic. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
There were.
Kind
Did you see
digest.
the people in the suits that had on the like paint suits?
No,
Oh, okay.
oh, really?
You don't pay attention.
No,
I pay
don't.
so much attention to the people at the airport because I find.
Okay, would you tell me a little bit? You might
So
didn't
they
know.
were wearing like the painting suits, like
Right.
the disposable
Okay,
ones. Like
right.
if you're gonna paint your house or
Right.
like blow an insulation or something, you're
Right.
supposed to put like this
Sure.
cloth suit on.
Right.
So they had that on, and then they had a mask. They had the hood up and a face shield.
I remember.
Now, right?
Yeah,
And then
right.
there were so many people that had like the mask plus the shield plus like a hat. That's a little like apocalyptic, creepy zombie movie.
Yeah,
But
but again,
not so
most people relax. It's really no big deal.
Mhm.
It's really no big deal. You know,
So we
are.
got to Chicago.
No. Let me.
Okay.
I have a little
Keep
my story. Okay, so airplane take off.
Mhm.
Okay, so I figured out I need to be really, clean, right?
Oh.
So the students come to me say, hey, would you like to have a drink? I say, yeah, give me a vodka. Okay, so they give me a little shot vodka. I open up. So I figured out, hey, now I'm done. Okay, I have a nurse. I have cans clean. I just shot myself a vodka. Okay, it kills all the germs and virus, whatever you want, from inside out.
I would like to point out, because I was sitting behind him at that point, that the stewardess said, what would you like to drink? He said vodka, and she went, like you could see it, even though she had her mask on, she was like, and then she went, well, what would you like as your mixer? And you went, no mixer. And then she was like, well, would you like ice? No ice. And
Just
yeah,
give me the bottle.
yeah.
Done.
So that happened.
You see, that's how you do it. Okay, that's how you keep yourself really
Clean
protected.
the inside, clean the outside, good to
Clean
go.
everything. Good to go.
Alcohol everywhere.
You know. Okay. So that's that,
So
right?
then
Okay.
we landed in Chicago,
Yeah.
did
Oh,
the same thing in
did the same thing.
Chicago,
Right.
equally as bad. We had to hurry a little bit because we
Sure.
had to go from one end
Right,
to
but
the
you
other.
know what? I really enjoy Chicago because Chicago only have like less than 50-60% of people.
Yeah, it was
At the
really easy.
airport.
Like
It was
typically through
easy.
Chicago, you're like,
Right. I hate to squeeze through
especially
people.
when you got a quick change.
Right.
And we were like,
Right. That was very enjoyable. Truly, right?
not too
Leslie?
bad, not too bad.
But one thing I don't
Great
really like
people
it because I have my past go to the club. They shut down.
No clubs were
They,
open.
no.
I was so that
No-
we
no clubs
flew,
are
we got to Dallas.
Yeah.
We weren't paying attention at that point because we were tired and ready to go
Sure.
like to bed because we'd worked all day and like done calls. I actually worked on the plane. Someone else watched soap operas. But anyways, we get to Dallas. We get to the hotel.
Yeah. Oh.
And did you pay attention to the lighting at the hotel?
Oh. Terrible.
Newer hotel,
Yeah. Brand new.
Marriott brand,
Yeah. Brand
and
new.
the lighting was just very outdated.
Very outdated.
Like it's
very,
only,
very
the
outdated.
hotel's not,
No.
we typically stay at that hotel when we go visit this one customer. And so we've been there, I don't know, I think the hotel's been open 3 years.
3 years.
And
It's-
the
it's-
lighting's
3 years
like
is brand
so-
new. Right. Terrible. Just simply terrible. Okay. And another sad thing is not just that. I think we only saw like 4 or 5 cars parked
Yeah, it was
outside.
really sad.
That place in 9 months ago when we went there, it was packed. Okay. But
Yeah,
like
couldn't
that
get
night,
a seat at
it's
the
like
table
4 or 5 cars out there.
to
That
get your breakfast
Right.
packed.
that was it.
That was it. It was
Okay,
really
that's
sad.
it. For that reason, I think I feel a little bit good because we did a little bit contribution. Okay, because we
In
were
fact,
there.
it was funny when we were eating breakfast the
Yeah.
next morning.
Yeah.
Because they gave you a little baggie of like to-go breakfast. So we're eating our to-go breakfast and drinking our coffee, and the receptionist lady,
Right.
did you hear, you had gone to get your bag,
Right.
and she had said to me and the other gentleman from our sales team, "Are you guys with a company? You're traveling on business?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yes,
oh, that's good.
that's good. You see, we feel bad.
Like,
we,
They miss their business travelers, clearly.
Right, exactly. So then back to the Dallas airport for whatever reason, all of a sudden we looked up
We look
again.
up. We're
And
looking.
guess what? Huh, that's interesting now, okay?
Well, they had two different versions in there.
Correct.
Again, the Dallas airport, this area of the airport had just been renovated, I think last year,
Right.
maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
But they were using one fixture that I thought was fascinating because they were using the fluorescent version, not an LED version.
Right.
Because I don't think it was LED TA tubes in there.
Right.
I couldn't tell. The scene was just a little too high where I couldn't read the etch on the bulbs itself, but they look fluorescent to me.
So this
But they
is
were in a
6 inches
inch
by 4.
by 4 foot configuration.
Right. Okay.
Fluorescent.
Fluorescent.
Single lamp T8 fluorescent.
Right. And also in between, because you go by rows, right?
Mhm.
Rows like this. It's not we see in Cleveland. But between the rows, what's
They were
in
using one
between?
thing.
Okay.
And that's where'd it go?
That
Oh,
one.
there it is. This guy.
Right.
Commercial can.
Right. Exactly.
6
Okay.
inch commercial
6
can.
inches. I mean, there's hundreds over there. Hundreds of the 16 inches by 4 foot.
And it was just this
hundreds of-
configuration all
Right.
the way around.
all the way
6
around,
inch
all the
commercial
way
can,
around, all the way
6
around. Beautiful, right.
inch
So-
by 4 foot fixture.
right.
Boom,
Okay.
boom, boom, boom.
So
boom,
that
boom.
makes us feel good because that's what we do here. That's how we focus on it, okay? That's how we're able to deliver the best, the lights
Mhm.
everywhere. So that's a very interesting trip we had. It's kind of, and also, by the way, Texas is open, okay?
Texas is pretty
Right,
open. So
Texas
if
is
you're from
pretty open.
Texas, we are jealous of you
Right.
and your lifestyle.
Right, we're very jealous what you guys have over there. And also we went to a place for lunch, it's a barbecue place.
You know what they
My
had
favorite,
throughout that entire barbecue place?
Right.
Did you pay attention to the lighting there?
no, I didn't.
Filament,
Really? All the films.
all filament.
All the way, by the way, just.
But you know what drove me a little crazy about the filament in the restaurant? Because
Yeah.
you know this is a pet peeve of mine. Different color
Color,
filament
color.
lamps throughout the restaurant.
Exactly.
Like, and my thought is it's not necessarily, they probably were all the same color when they got installed, but because of poor phosphor quality, they're green and turning.
Right,
Colors.
that's, you can see that. As a matter of fact, I understand we are doing a huge promotion right now.
We are doing a huge promo
promotion.
on our filament
Right,
lamps.
with 150 different type of the
So many
film lamp.
different SKUs.
We're not just promoting for one single item.
Nope.
We're promoting the entire line
So if
with
you're
extremely competitive
If you're a
pricing.
distributor on the call today, you're gonna wanna reach out to your TCP sales representative to find out about that program because it's fantastic. It's really crazy what we're doing, but we're doing that because we wanna bring in a new generation.
Correct.
And what we decided to do, because we are the craziest people in lighting, is we said, screw it, let's just get rid of everything we had and then come out with something brand new. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope
Mhm.
all you guys in this business, okay, you know why sometimes the people talking about the back orders issues, people kind of, I think become kind of everybody talk about that, okay?
Absolutely.
So you understand why what happened.
The
If your
ports.
guys, because we do have information from China side all the way here, if you guys want to know more, let us know. I will dig into, I will make sure. Leslie taking care of the US side, the information we collected here, I will get information collected over China, give you guys as much information as we can. But you know what, this situation, in my personal opinion, will last for,
Couple of months,
I would say more than that. I would
maybe
say
into
more than
Q2.
I
Into
would say
Q2.
Q2. I would say first half of this year. I
Okay.
think that's what's going to happen. But again, we as a company here, we are fully prepared for that. So let us know whatever you need out there. Okay.
Let us know.
Also,
We can't help you
right.
if we don't know.
also look into all our promotions,
Crazy
everything,
promotions
because
going on right now.
at the
for
difficult time,
distribution.
right, Leslie, not just want to promoting online. Sometimes in the difficult time, we want to make sure
People
you
have something
will
to
be taken care of.
to do.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right, at least our contribution, just like
Absolutely.
we get on the road, we go to a restaurant in Texas, we see in the hotel, we feel like we contribute.
Mhm.
So for you,
We ate some
we want to,
delicious brisket.
right. I know, delicious, and for you, we'll do the same thing through our products, or through our service.
Absolutely.
Okay, so next week, potentially, you'll be surprised because Leslie's team, Paul Spiro, everybody, Jerry, we are putting complete new concept,
So many cool things
Cause-
together.
how we delivering lights. It's
It's some cool stuff.
It's cool stuff.
I'm
Okay,
excited
we're,
about it.
we're introducing this concept next week if we get everything in. So just
We'll
think
see.
about, we'll see, what's
We
happening.
might change up the topic for next week,
Exactly.
depending on if we get it. If
Exactly.
not, it'll be the week after. So
Exactly, okay?
with that,
With that, okay, guys, and enjoy the day,
the other
okay?
thing, I think the moral to our story about traveling isn't that we went on a trip. It's more the fact that there's so much opportunity out there. There's so many buildings that could use a lighting upgrade, that could take advantage of utility rebates, that might not have given lighting a second thought and might not know the opportunity out there to upgrade at a discounted cost because of utility incentives. So if you have any questions, if you need help with that, remember, TCB has a dedicated utilities team that can help you with rebates, with products, with marrying products with projects to go out there and win bids, because there's a lot of stuff still going on, even though things aren't 100% open, even though there's weird things going on in the world right now. It's okay. There's still business to be done, and there's still new places that need to be better lit.
Right, but doesn't matter how you look at it, Leslie, right now.
Lights are lights.
Because from March to today, there's accumulation of unfinished projects.
So many unfinished projects.
So another thing I
and
want
so
to.
many projects that might not even be considered because no one's gone out there and said that stinks. You should do
Right,
it better.
so one thing, Leslie, I think we can do the best is for all of you guys out there, know how many projects out there, right?
Yeah.
You know what you need. You can let us know first.
Let us know.
So we can prepare that for
Make
you.
sure we've got the inventory. Make sure we've
Right.
got the
We'll
product.
prepare that for you,
Happy
okay?
to help.
Right, okay, I tell you,
We're working on a bunch right
we
now.
are a little bit crazy here.
We
For
are pretty
instance,
crazy.
Paul got a project potentially very big, but they need, let's say, 100 some pieces right now. Guess what? We out shipping.
Yep.
Because we want to make sure
Did
they're
that.
being taken care of. That's how aggressive we are.
Crazy.
Okay, so all you have to do, let us know.
Fixtures.
And if you want to know more things, you want us to do the homework, study
Sure.
on it.
Well, that's
just
what I was
let us
trying to get
know.
at. Just
Right.
let us know. We're happy to help. We're happy to look at it, grab some pictures of a facility, and we'll help you figure out what makes sense.
Okay,
With
sounds
that-
good. With that, make sure keep warm. It's a winter time right now for
Mhm.
us here in Ohio.
It's very cold
And
today.
everybody stay cool, enjoy, okay, and
See you next week.
see you next week. Bye now.